MTG buddies.
Hello, friends, and welcome, buddies. It's a good day for Magic. Let's see if we can draft some bombs, Murders at Karloff Manor style. We're doing the Premier Draft. Let's go ahead and queue up. Well, that did not take long at all, did it? All right, let's ready up. We are going to open bombs. We are going to draft well. We are going to draw well. We are going to play superbly, and we're going to get a trophy. I can feel it in my bones. Pack one, and a very good start. If we want to go detectives, we got Elquist Prof. Other good cards are Projector Inspector, I think is good. For red, Offender at Large is good, but I think if we open an Elquist Prof, we have to take it. And let's see if we end up going blue-white detectives. Maybe pack two will get an Ezra. Let's see. Okay, no white was passed, except for Assemble the Players, which is not really that good of a card, I think. We could do Furtive Courier. Can't be blocked as long as you sacrificed an artifact this turn. Or a Crime Stopper Sprite. Let's go with the Detective, the Crime Stopper Sprite. I suspect the Furtive Courier will not wheel around, but I think if we really want to try and make Prof work. Okay. All right, hold on here. Lazav, Wearer of Faces, probably the best card in this pack. The alternative for us is a Dramatic Accusation, which I don't really want to take as a pick 3, or an Undercover Crocodile, which I also don't want to pick as a pack 3. So maybe we go white, blue, splash black, or because white is not looking to be open, we go blue, black, splash white. Let's pick the Lazav. Wow, a couple of really good cards here. We got Coerce to Kill or Perimeter Enforcer. Let's go with the Perimeter Enforcer. Coerce to Kill is also a really good card, but let's go with the Perimeter Enforcer. Okay, we could do On the Job, Out Cold, maybe Slice from the Shadows. That's good if we ended up going black, but we don't know yet. On the Job, am I going to go wide? I suspect probably not. It looks like we're definitely lining up for blue either way, so let's pick the Out Cold. And Hotshot Investigators could be a good top end card. It bounces, which is nice. I would prefer it to be a 5 mana, not a 6 mana card, but I don't really see anything else. Repeat Offender if we went black. We are going to need to start looking for 2-drops, so we need to be mindful of that. Okay, there's another Dramatic Accusation versus what? The Defenestrated Phantom? No, I think it's the Dramatic Accusation. And there's another Crime Stopper. Okay. Well, we are definitely blue. Okay, do I want another Dramatic Accusation or do I want to pick up a Fey Flight? I think it's another enchant. Okay, good. There's a Fey Flight. We're going to need some creatures here. Put the Repeat Offender off to the side. Doesn't add up, is not really that good. I have played against somebody who won a game by tapping the magnifying glass, no joke, 4 times. They beat my booty. Okay. Next pack. Okay, Neighborhood Guardian. That is probably the best card in this pack. Other good picks, Hazda Vigilante, Granite Witness for what we're trying to do. Unauthorized Exit. I definitely don't need another Hotshot Investigator, but I do need a 2-drop, so it has to be a Neighborhood Guardian. That's a pretty easy pick. Buried in the Garden. We are already potentially splashing black, though. We're certainly not going to be splashing green. I have an Out Cold. I have 2 dramatic accusations. I don't think there's a need to try and switch gears and play green, so we're going to pass on the Buried in the Garden. The only... What is this? Consign Oblivion. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. I don't think we need that. And we're not sure we're going black, so we might not be able to play the Oblivion anyway. Okay, this is good. So we have a Forensic Researcher, a Deduce. I already have 2 Crime Stoppers. I'm not interested in playing a third. Or we could go Dog Walker. I'm not sure this is really a Dog Walker deck. So let's pick the Detective, the Forensic Researcher. Because it doesn't look like we're going wide, I just don't think On the Job is going to be appropriate. And I'd rather have another 2-mana card. So let's pick the Sanitation Automaton. This lets you generate tokens, clues. It's that, excuse me, versus, say, a Hazda Vigilante. I almost think we play this. I don't really need another Out Cold, since I have a couple of dramatic accusations. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm going to pick this in case we don't end up splashing black and we splash green instead. I'm going to move the Lazav off to the side. Okay, the only card here is return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. Nope. Let's pick the Sanguine Savior. And I think a Bubble Smug is going to be good here. We have 1, 2, 3 mana card, 2 mana cards, excuse me. I like Hustle and Bustle, but we're not going red, and we're only splashing green. So I don't think that's going to be appropriate. Awesome, we're going to pick up a Hazda Vigilante. 12 creatures, okay, we're looking pretty good here. All right, there's the Consign. I'll put that in the sideboard. And a Deduce? Yeah, we'll pick up a Deduce instead of a second Hazda. All right, that's already have 1 5-drop and 1 6-drop. Certainly do not need any more. Okay. We are picking up the Vanifar, and we are going to play Repulsive Mutation as well. Oh man, Outrageous Robbery. We are opening some good cards here. But I think Vanifar is going to serve us better. And so let's pick up. Got 13 creatures. Oh, just in case. I'm waffling here. I'm waffling. That's not what we want to do. It's another Sanguine Savior. I already have 1 Hazda. I already have 1 5-mana card. Sanguine Savior. I think I'll take the Wisp Drinker, actually. Holy cow, in case we... No, we can't go black. We have Vanifar and Repulsive Mutation. We got to stick with green. Okay, Undercover Crocodile. Or do I need to play Case of the Shattered Pack for some fixing? Might need to do that. I'm going to pick it. Granite Witness. Looks like it will be good, because of course we are for sure playing blue, and apparently splashing for some green. Novice Inspector, okay. That's very good. That's going to generate a clue. Conspiracy Unraveler. Well, I'm for sure playing blue. It's a 7-mana 6/6. You may pay Evidence 10 rather than pay the mana cost for spells that you can... Holy cow, what is going on with this deck? There's a Greystone Strider. That's going to help with fixing. I'm not going to play any of these cards. So let's just take the uncommon. Burden of Proof. Don't think I'm going to play that. Benthic Criminologist. Don't think I'll play that. I'm probably going to ditch this Hotshot Investigators for the Conspiracy Unraveler. Okay. Okay, we are blue, white, splashing green. Okay, what do we need to do here? We have 1, 2, 3. We're going to ditch the Fey Flight. That's going to help with fixing. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, what do we ditch here? So let's look at 1 and 2 mana creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's good. On the high end, I think, let's see here. Do we get rid of the Griffnaut Tracker? Or do we get rid of the Hotshot Investigator? Hotshot Investigator is going to provide us with a bounce spell. But we are going to have a couple of ways to stun and, well, at least tap, if not stun, with the Crime Stopper Sprite. I think we get rid of the high-end card. And we have a couple of generic mana here, so are 2 forests going to be appropriate? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's see how this does. We opened some really good cards. I'm excited that we got a Vannifar. I think I've only played with her maybe 1 draft. Okay, we got a 2-drop, we got a 3-drop. We have a forest, so we don't actually need the case, but that's okay. All right, yeah, let's keep it. Start with the plains, and then we'll put down the Neighborhood Guardian. Snarling Gorehound, okay. To be expected. All right, let's do the Forensic Researcher or the Crime Stopper next. Let's do the Forensic Researcher next. In case we can get some cards in the graveyard, and then we can collect Evidence 6 to put a stun counter on the sprite. Or let the sprite put a stun counter on an enemy creature. Play the forest now. Do we do a Crime Stopper sprite and buff the neighborhood guardian to get in for 3 more? I think that's what we do actually. So I'm not going to be able to stun their face down card because I can't pay the ward cost. That's okay. We will attack with the Guardian. Okay, they did not want to trade. I'm wondering... right. I'm wondering if it's because the face down card is actually valuable, or if I play the Perimeter Enforcer. I could put a +3 on the Neighborhood Guardian. Or do I put the plus... Not +3, +1. Do I put on the Crime Stopper Sprite? And then attack in the air and try and trade with the Cold Case? No, I don't think so. I think I attack with the Neighborhood Guardian, actually. And then if they attack with a Crime Stopper... If they attack with a Cracker, I can defend with the Crime Stopper and the Enforcer. So let's attack. Okay, so I'm thinking that face down card must be pretty valuable. I'll take that. Trade. And let's play the case. And we will get another land. And we will pass. So we're going to have 6 lands next turn. That will allow us to put a +4/+4 on a creature with the Repulsive Mutation. Looks like another face down card, leaving 2 islands. So they want to be able to flip it for 2 blue mana. There's a couple of different things it could be. Could be maybe a Fairy Snoop. Although I think you need 3 mana to flip that. Alright. Opponent surveils. Guess they keep it on top. We'll pass. And I think... Oh, I was going to say, I think if they attack, we don't defend. Looks like they are not attacking. There's the Elquist. But here's what I think. If we attack with the Crime Stopper and the Perimeter Enforcer, I bet they flip one of these cards, and it's a flyer. And then if I can buff it with the Repulsive Mutation, I would be able to destroy their flyer. And if they use the flyer to defend against the Perimeter Enforcer and I buff the Perimeter Enforcer, I'll be able to gain a lot of life. And so I think I'm going to attack with both flyers. Okay. They tap. No big deal. Are you going to block? Perfect. X is 4. There is 4. Okay. Target a creature you control. Target up to 1 spell. There are no spells. I will auto-pay. And I will kill their Granite Witness and gain 5 life. Now, they might have removal for the Perimeter Enforcer, and that would be very unfortunate. Oh, dang. Dang. You know what, though? I am still glad I made that decision. The lifelink will be very valuable. And with a Forensic Researcher, I will be able to tap an opponent creature. Bubble Smuggler face down. And then next turn we can flip it. Attack in the air for 7. We'll end the turn. And then we'll see if they flip one of these face down cards. And if they do, we will stun it with the Forensic Researcher. Another face down. Blue and a black. Wow. So I think we attack with the Flyers and the Bubble Smug, and then of course I flip the Bubble Smug. Oh, did they not? Exis Specialists. Dang. Nice. That's too bad. There goes all my lifelink, but, they're down to 3, and I have 25. And so, I think that's a pretty good position. I need one more land before I can play the Conspiracy Unraveler. Cold Case Cracker, I can just stun with the Forensic Researcher. Okay. Not a land. Not a land. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll play the Perimeter Enforcer. Let's put the stun counter on the Cold Case Cracker. Or it's not a stun, it just taps. But then they won't be able to defend. And then I want to play the Granite Witness face down. So I can flip it next turn if I don't get a land for the Conspiracy Unraveler, and then I'll be able to tap an opponent creature. I assume they'll hit the Smug, since that's 6. Okay. And I will trade the Granite Witness for the Sprite. Absolutely. The Witness is a 3/2 with Vigilance. Mine is a 2/2 with nothing fancy. Okay, so then when I flip the Granite Witness, I'll be able to put a +1/+1 on the Perimeter Enforcer. Oh my. I need 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Vanifar. And we will flip this. Cold Case Cracker. Tap. Perimeter Enforcer gets 2. And we'll cloak the card from the hand. Even though to flip it, I'm still going to have to pay the full cost. And we will attack with the Flyers and the Smug. We will not attack with the Researcher. And now we do tap it. And then, yep, and then they can't block. Awesome, good win. Good win. I ended up playing both of the green cards that I splashed for. It was a good win. Let's see if we can do it again. Going on to game number 2. We have a 2-drop, a couple of 3-drops. I think this is good. We'll keep it. And a 1-drop. Perfect. Just in time. Okay. We will play the automaton. We're going to need that forest. We will keep that. And do I want to attack for 1 and then take the trade with the sanitation automaton and the bubble smug? I don't think so. Because if I would prefer them to attack with a bubble smug and then I can trade with the novice inspector, but of course they don't do that. Play this face down. Then we'll attack with the automaton. Okay. Then 4 islands and no cards? I wonder if they have a reasonable doubt. Play the forensic researcher to get something on the board. And do they have a bounce? An out cold. Yikes. Okay. Well, I think I'd rather have them do an out cold now at the beginning of the game than later. They're cracking a clue. They don't have much. Do I take the 2? I will take the 2. And then next turn, I can attack with the Novice Inspector. So we'll play a Plains. We'll play the Perimeter Enforcer. Let's get in for 1. And let's go ahead and crack a clue. I guess maybe I should have waited until next turn. Or, you know, the opponent's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to have enough mana available for the Conspiracy Unraveler. Okay. Dramatic Accusation, the face down card. Yes. Yes, I will. And then I think we attack with everything. When Lost in the Maze enters the battlefield, stun 2, tap creatures you control have hexproof. Unfortunately for him, that is not tapped. He's gonna tap his own. Wow, okay. Okay. So then I think we attack with everything. Now, wait a minute. Can I untap this and a stun counter gets removed? Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. So we'll get in for 2. And then we will be able to attack with a Perimeter Enforcer. And then we're going to play a ginormous Conspiracy Unraveler next turn, which feels very good. And I think we attack with a Perimeter Enforcer. We'll accept the trade. We'll get a couple of life. That is a big flyer. Now, they could have a bounce spell. Out cold, I like that. Think we out cold the face down in the Seasoned Consultant. And then we can flip the Sanguine Savior and put the... Are they going to have a bounce spell, though? Or another stun? I think that's what they're doing. But I don't want the Seasoned Consultant to get that buff. So let's play out cold. No! I clicked too fast! Shoot! Oh, no! Nope, I'm okay. Turn face up. Put it on the Unraveler. And they're looking at their hand. Is it another stun? Is it a bounce? It's an out cold. Wah wah. Okay. Well, they have a lot of stuns. That is... Why is it saying I can play that? They have a lot of stuns, but I have a little bit of lifelink. That's a good sign if they're cracking their clue. Now we need to crack our clue. Gravestone. And then, oh, Shattered Pact. It was the reason I could play this is because I could collect evidence 10 instead. So let's go ahead and play this just so we can get the land out of our deck. No attack. And fortunately, next turn, our Unraveler will untap, as will the Researcher. No blocks. That's okay. Dang. Dang. Okay. Conspiracy Unraveler, and then next turn tap the Cold Case. I think that's what we do. So let's attack with the Savior, and we'll get the lifelink. And then it will be their turn. And we will tap the Cold Case Cracker. Do I defend against the Hotshot Investigator? Or the face down card? They haven't flipped it yet. Let's defend against the Hotshot Investigator. And this could be an auspicious arrival. Yep, that's okay. I'll take the trade. It's not so great. So, unfortunately, these have hexproof, and this dramatic accusation isn't doing anything. So I'm going to have to put it on the Seasoned Consultant. And then I will attack with these three. And next turn, I tap the Crocodile. Okay. Collect evidence 3. And then what I could do is tap the Cold Case Cracker. And then swing with my Sanguine Savior. Dang it. Give me something good. Holy cow. Holy cow. This land. Okay. I can stun the Cold Case Cracker. And then attack with the Sanguine Savior. Get 2 life. I imagine they'll defend with the Sprite. Okay. I mean, I would have loved it if I had the mutation and I could have put the counters on it, but that was not an option, unfortunately. So I'm going to take 5. Wow. Wow, what an absolutely incredible amount of control the opponent has. That is nuts. I'm going to chump. With the Strider, so they can stop collecting evidence. What big cards do they have? They've already collected. The damage is done. The damage is done, it seems like. Are you kidding me? Nope. Come on. Come on. What? That's wild. That is just wild to me. Target any number of players. Target 2 players. Bubble Smug. Get 1 more card. Well, we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Makeshift binding. That's the game. Oh, they